everyone. I'm not even sure how many people are going to be watching. I just kind of hit go live, and I didn't announce I was doing this at all, but I guess I wanted to do a stream to talk about this because I want you to hear it from me in my voice rather than just the message that I posted on my social media. So I'm just going to give people a second to join and see if anyone does, and if they do, great, and if they don't, that's fine too. But I'm gonna give it a second. Nice no makeup look I have today, because I've been crying for almost 24 hours straight. So I posted a message basically on all my social media, basically saying I need to stop. And I don't want to, but I hit my breaking point last night. You know, I've been talking about this for a while. This is not new information for people who follow me regularly. It's not new information. But it's been going on for a year and a half, over a year and a half, and I can't take it anymore. I appreciate all the nice messages you guys are chatting in, and I want you to know, like, the reason I need to take a break. And it has nothing to do with anyone in the chat. It has nothing to do with the regular viewers on my channel. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with the woke left, which is actually the most ironic thing, isn't it? It has nothing to do with the woke left at all. It has to do with the fact that I've been bullied and harassed so badly by conservatives and Christians and people in the anti-woke community so fucking badly that I just can't take it anymore. And I want to do a little bit of I want to talk to you a little bit about why, so you guys can hear it from me, not just seeing words on a screen. And I want to talk to you a little bit about what I'm going to be working on. In regards to YouTube specifically, there are still streams I want to do. There's a lot of stuff that I want to cover in terms of what's going on with the libertarians. There's non-newsy topics that I actually want to cover. I actually have streams that I'm committed to doing with guests that I'm gonna have on the channel. And I do still want to be able to do that, but insofar as pretty much all other social media goes, I can't do it anymore. You know, I never really thought I always thought that if I was out all last week, as you guys know, at the Libertarian National Convention. And so I wasn't even really streaming. I wasn't even on Twitter. I wasn't even doing anything. And did that stop the horde that's been bullying and harassing me for the last year? No. No, of course it didn't stop them. Do you know what they did instead? They started harassing my friends. Because here's the problem with the people that have been bullying and harassing me for a year and a half. If I stop, they go after people I love. In the last year and a half, they have tried to destroy my marriage. They have contacted my husband directly on several occasions to lie about me to him. They have spread lies all across the internet about my sex life, of all things. That is a pleasure that I never thought I would have to go through in my life. They tried to sabotage my book deal. They have tried to sabotage every single business relationship that I have that they know about, that is like a public thing. They have tried to get me canceled off of locals. They have tried to They have harassed my supporters. They actually proactively go out of their way to DM and message my supporters in my community to lie about me. They have, um, couple weeks ago couple weeks ago, I had a conversation with, someone in New Hampshire, someone that is like a real life person that told me that Carrie Smith had reached out to him on multiple occasions to try to turn him against me. She does this all the time. The main 2 people that we are talking about are Carrie Smith and Mike Harlow. Again. And this has been going on for over a year. And I've talked about it. I tried to ignore it for a long, long time. I tried to ignore it. You guys just have to excuse me looking awful today. I've been crying for 24 straight hours. I tried to ignore it for a really long time. Because everyone says, just ignore them. They'll go away. Just ignore them. No. No. Here's the cost I paid for ignoring them. Mike Harlow posted a 90-minute video about me where he took basically everything out of context. Here's my understanding of the video from people. I haven't watched it, but people have told me about it. He took things out of context to paint me as the most awful person in the world. He has taken clips of that video. He posts on Twitter all the time clips of me with a big header that says, pathological liar. They spread it all throughout these communities. And here's the difference between me and Mike Harlow and Carrie Smith. I never wanted to do this. So I'm a shitty networker. I'm a shitty networker. I always have been. I always I hate shilling for myself. Even like with my business practice, like the thing that always gave me the most massive anxiety was reaching out to people and trying to sell my services and shilling what I was doing. So I just don't do it. I don't network with people. I don't schmooze with people. I don't send these cutesy little messages checking in every now and again that people who are good at networking do. I don't do those things because it's not that I don't want to have these relationships. It's just that I'm really bad at networking. Carrie Smith and Mike Harlow are really good at networking. So even if you look at my platform numbers and you see that I have significantly more than them on every single platform, hang on, gotta blow my nose rather unprofessionally. Hang on, hang on. Sorry, been crying for 24 straight hours. So even though I have higher numbers than them on all the platforms, they're both really good at networking. And so what the 2 of them have done to me is to they reach out privately to basically like everyone, like every name, like every major influencer in this space, and they lie about me. Say Carlin's a psychopath, she's a narcissist, she's a malignant narcissist. Oh, look, did you see this thing? Did you see this thing? Did you see this clip that they took out of context? They do this with events. They do this with organizations. They do this with every major person in the space so that all of a sudden, without me doing anything, because I'm just focusing on my work and I was trying to ignore them, I have all these people who are suddenly saying, oh, she's a psycho, she's nuts, she lost it, all this stuff, all over the place, people I've never even spoken to. But they're really tight with Carrie Smith and Mike Harlow. I wonder how that happened. Rachel, thank you for the super chat. Carlin, we love you, and I don't like seeing you so sad. Thank you, I appreciate it. And I want to be clear, I'm not doing this to gain sympathy because this is what they're going to say. This is what they always say. They're like, she must be losing subscribers. She's just doing this to gain sympathy. No, I'm done. I'm done. So back to my friend in New Hampshire. A couple weeks ago, I had a conversation with someone who said someone I know in real life, because they go after my real life friends too. It wasn't enough for them to try to turn everyone against me online. They had to go over after my real life friends too. And so someone came up to me a couple weeks ago and they said, "Carlin, Carrie Smith DMs me stuff all the time about you. She DMs me these crazy things that are totally taken out of context, and every single time I look into them, I find out that they're completely taken out of context and being completely hyperbolic about what is actually happening." And then I say to her, I'm like, "I don't think this is what you think it is," and she gets really angry. I only found out about that because it was a friend of mine. I didn't find out about that. I know for an absolute fact that she's done it with dozens, if not more, other people. But luckily my real life friends know me because the internet is not real life, as it turns out. And so they looked into it and saw how badly she was lying and basically said, "I don't believe you." And then they came and told me about it. But this shit has been going on for, I can't even tell you guys. So from my perspective, it's like I've tried so hard. Oh, here's the other things that have happened. So while I was trying to ignore them, because everyone's like, "Just ignore it, Carlin. It'll go away. Just ignore it." While I was trying to ignore it, Mike Carlo posted a 90-minute video about me lying. He has now clipped that all over the internet. At the exact same time, Carrie Smith wrote an article about how I'm a malignant narcissist that's just like her abusive mother. That article got shared all over Twitter. I heard about that article when she wrote it. I heard someone told me, like, "Carlin, Carrie has written this crazy thing about you," and I said, "Whatever, Carrie's fucking nuts." And I didn't even look at it because I was ignoring it. I was doing the thing that everyone told me I needed to do, which is to ignore it. So I ignored it and I ignored it and I ignored it and I ignored it until finally 2 months later I read the article and I realized how bad it was. Lori's asking a good question, am I a gun owner? Lori, it's interesting you asked that because for the past 2 weeks I've actually been saying to Victor that I need to start concealed carrying because it has actually gotten to the point with the horde that Carrie Smith and Mike Harlow are whipping up on Twitter. It has actually gotten to the point where I have started to fear for my physical safety because of these people. That's not a joke. I've started having nightmares about these people showing up at things that I'm going to be at and shooting me. And I don't remember my dreams. So for me to actually remember this is a big fucking deal. So yeah, we have guns. Yeah, we have an AR-15 sitting right next to the door. Because I've had multiple conversations with my husband about how I'm actually starting to be afraid for my physical safety. And so I just can't do it anymore. And I feel like I've been screaming for help for months, is the thing. I don't like asking for help. I hate asking for help. But I feel like at this point, I've been screaming for help for months. If you guys go back to February, you can watch a stream I did about the excessive amount of harassment that Carrie Smith has been flinging at me on Twitter for months. Think about it, it's 3.5 hours long. Because Carrie Smith was tweeting about me on average once a day for months. And I just went through a couple months of the tweets. I didn't go through the whole year. And it's not even just that it's the two of them, it's that they have a whole mob of people that they whip up against me all the time. This mob of people has taken things out of context to make them look like something completely different than what they actually were. This mob of people has doctored evidence to change, like, actually change what it said. They've created things out of nowhere that never existed in real life. They post this shit about me on Twitter all the time. They go into my replies. Now I've got them for before we even get into the conversation about, like, "Carlin, why don't you just block them, Carlin?" Dude, they've been blocked for fucking months. "Well, why don't you just ignore them?" Oh, you know what happens when I ignore them? They all what they do is I've blocked them, so they can't reply to me, but what they can do is they can stalk my feed, and they can look for people who reply to me that have not blocked them, and then they reply to those people with their evidence, most of which is doctored, which I know, but I can't, like, spend time disproving every piece of bullshit evidence that these people are flinging all around on Twitter. I would literally spend all day doing that. You can go into my Twitter right now and see this if you don't believe me. Brad, I wish I could do more. Here's a hug. Every bit helps. I appreciate it, Brad. No, no, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be like this. No. And I'm not going to become governor anyway. Let's just be honest about that. Life on the Fringe, proud of you for doing what's right for you. This is not giving up. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I posted a public statement. I posted it on Twitter. I posted it on YouTube. I posted it in my locals. Basically kind of explaining what this means. Um, last night I really some small part of me thought that maybe if I just go do libertarian stuff for a week at see, and then I get people like this that come into my chat. You just need to grow up. Fuck off, Steve. Steve is getting blocked. Steve doesn't know what it's like to have a mob of people actively trying to ruin your relationships, actively trying to sabotage every bit of work you do. Every day for a year and a half. And here's the thing. I feel like I've been screaming for help with this. Even today. So let me go back to last night. Last night I hit my breaking point. I was done. I don't cry often. I broke down last night, and I was actually gonna quit last night. And then I thought, go to bed, go to sleep, think about this. And then I woke up this morning and I could not stop crying. I've been crying all fucking day because I've hit the point where I cannot take anymore. The thing with this stuff is, people think that it's just easy to ignore it. When they're messaging your fucking husband, you don't ignore that. Oh, someone's just trying to break up your marriage. No big deal. So I posted this Twitter thread this morning as a test. I wanted to see what would happen. I basically posted a Twitter thread saying, I need some help. I've had this mob of people that's been bullying and harassing me for a year and a half. And if you actually value my work the way you guys tell me you value my work, can someone please just go tell them to stop? And so I posted this Twitter thread kind of explaining what was going on and saying, if you guys want me to be in this space, I'm sorry, I need help. I need people to stand up and say that, and to tell the people who are purposefully perpetrating this bullshit every single fucking day on the fucking internet to stop. Now, a tweet is a rather easy thing to send. especially when we consider that the vast majority of people on Twitter have anonymous accounts. So it's a relatively easy thing to do. People said, "Carlin, I just don't know what you want us to do." And I said, "Here are these people that are doing this. Here are threads of them doing this right now, happening today, because they do it every day. Go tell them to stop." Go tell them to stop. Because I begged them to stop. I have begged and pleaded and groveled for this shit to stop. I have said, just leave me the fuck alone and let me do my work. I stopped doing media. I stopped going on shows. I stopped having guests on my channel because every time I had a guest on my channel, they'd harass the guest on my channel. Do you know how many people told them to stop? Of all the people who came into my feed and responded and said, "Carlin, we value your work," you know how many people told them to stop? Probably 5 or 6. I'm gonna be blocking anyone, by the way, who makes light of this situation, just so we're all fucking clear. I'm watching the chat. Because this is real life. This is not the fucking show that gets put on YouTube. Like this person. You know, conservatives like to think that they're better than the left. Conservatives are no better than the left. They're no better than the left. So when I did ask for help, people didn't show up. And oh, let me tell you that. Let me tell you what. They're loving that. People saying, "Oh, this is just a natural part of it." No. No, I'm sorry. No. It is not a normal thing when you write a book to have a mob of dozens of people who literally spend all day, every day trying to destroy your life. Joshua said, "I received violent threats and death threats. People even went after my wife and young children. It caused a depression spiral." Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, Joshua. I would be lying if I said there weren't more than a few occasions where I've thought, what the fuck is the point of any of this? Oh, there's a gun right there. I'm not gonna do that. No one needs to get worried. No one needs to call anyone. I'm not gonna do that. But I have thought about it. I know that every single day that I'm public on the internet is a day that I will be bullied and harassed. My family will be harassed. They've doxed my friends. They've fucking doxed my friends. Do you guys understand this? Like, it was bad enough them just going after me. They have doxed my friends. They've doxed private individuals just for kicks. They've harassed my friends. They've tried to destroy the careers of at least 2 of my friends that I know about. So, here are the actions that I'm taking. Admiral, you're gonna get blocked. Goodbye. Here are the actions that I'm taking. As of today, I'm not going to be on social media anymore. I don't consider YouTube to be social media. We're gonna talk about YouTube in a second. But I'm not gonna be on Twitter. I'm not gonna be on I have a private Facebook that I'll probably do stuff with because I'm doing, like, stuff with, like, the libertarians. I'm not gonna be on Twitter, I'm not gonna be on Getter, I'm not gonna be on Truth Social, I'm not gonna be on fucking Gab, I'm not gonna be on any social media at all. I'm done. There may be accounts that I set up that are more like, brand accounts that I just post through, like, third-party apps that I have. That's done. In my locals community, I need some time off because I need some time to think, and I need some time to regroup, and, so I'm not gonna be doing community Zooms at least for the next week, and I'm really sorry about that to members of my locals because my members of my locals didn't do anything to cause this. The problem is not on locals, although they by the way, they have gotten into my locals. They are actually paying Carrie Smith and Mike Harlow's bullying mob on Twitter are actually paying to be a part of my locals so that they can, so that they can get access to my private content so that they can then link it on the internet. It's really fun. My locals didn't do anything to, deserve this, but the fact of the matter is that I just, I need some time to think, and I've hit maximum burnout, and so I need to cancel community Zooms in my locals for, like, a week, at least. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, I just I need the time to be able to think and to decompress. Let me see. What are the other things that I wrote down? I wanna make sure I get this all clear. If you are a part of the Actively Unwoke book club that just launched yesterday, we're still gonna be doing that. We had it's actually really upsetting because, we had a great first book club meeting yesterday. I listen, my book is fucking great. I know my book is great. And, we had a great book club yesterday to talk about the first part of it, and it was a really good meeting. But because of Carrie Smith and Mike Harlow's bullying horde, the book is not as successful as it could be because they've sabotaged so many of my fucking relationships. Now, that's not to say I'm giving up on the book. I wanna do stuff with the book. I'm gonna be talking about that in a sec. But anyway, the book club will still be happening. If you have purchased the book and you are in the book club, we are still gonna be proceeding with the book club as planned because for the people that actually value the work I do, and I already committed to that, I wanna be able to do that. So that's gonna be going on as planned. The book club is not going to be changing, so you don't have to worry about that. I just wanna get some super chats and thank you guys for this. Thinking time pay, thank you, thank you, I appreciate that, and Brooks, thank you, take all the time you need, I really do appreciate it, guys. Let me see, what else? I am not going to be doing my regular streams for a little while. So, like, obviously today we're supposed to do effed up news. I'm not gonna be doing regular 5 at like, live at 5 streams for a little while. Now, that's not to say that's going to be forever, and that's not to say that I won't be streaming at all, because I will be. There are streams I wanna do, there's topics I wanna talk about, and I just I wanna be able to do them. Well, Griper, you might find them to be rather awful if they were bullying and harassing you every day of your life, and if you want proof of this, just go look at their Twitter feeds literally right now. Go into the replies. The replies are where you're gonna see the worst of it. Hello, Kitty. Sorry for your pain, but I do love your commentary. Keep on, and it's unfortunate that conservatives are causing your pain. Take a break, but come back. Well, we'll see. I appreciate that, Hello Kitty. But I will be doing streams. I just don't know exactly when. Because I really it was it's been near impossible for me to focus on actually developing the type of content that I want to develop, and I want to be able to do that. But I will be doing stuff on YouTube. I just don't know what exactly the schedule is going to be, and hopefully I do get back to doing the live at 5 streams at some point. I need to talk to Joshua about it, but I absolutely want to do nothing remotely controversial. I love nothing remotely controversial. So I hope that that doesn't change. At least we get our fun psychic stream on Tuesdays. That might be really good. For those of you who are in the Unwoke army, I'm just putting a pause on it for right this second. I know things have been crazy with it lately anyway. I just need to This is not a reflection of the Unwoke army going away. It's not going to go away. I just need to put just like a pause, like everyone so the Unwoke army is a decentralized initiative. So I want to encourage everyone in the Unwoke army to keep going with whatever you want to go with. You don't need to stop on my account. In fact, you shouldn't stop. The whole point of a decentralized initiative is that if you cut off the head of one Hydra, the rest of the thing is still there. So I want everyone to keep going. Um, I do plan to go back to it. I just need to kind of step away from it at this moment. Um, I don't so what a lot of people don't know is where I actually do spend a lot of my time is helping people offline, whether that be people who reach out to me via email or DM, or people who have run into this stuff and they're looking for advice, or people like parents groups who are trying to fight back or things like that. I don't advertise this a lot because it quite frankly already takes up way too much time as it is, but like I spend a lot of time just helping people offline, and I need to put a pause on that right this second. Because I don't charge for it or anything. It's free work, and it's just like I I can't. I'm not in the headspace to be able to best serve the people who are reaching out to me. So for any groups that I have been helping, I'm really sorry. I just need to pause it for right this second. And I'm going to try to put other things I'm going to try to put other things in place for people to be able to get the help that they need. But the fact of the matter is, one of the things people say is, Carlin, why don't you just ignore it, right? Well, here's the thing. When you're driving, and someone made this really good analogy the other day on a different stream I did. When you're driving down the road at 60 miles an hour and you've got someone sitting in the passenger seat that is reaching over and pulling the steering wheel and trying to shift the shifter and trying to, put the car out of gear or something, you can't you can't just ignore it and drive down the road. And that's quite literally what's been happening. Is I've been trying as best I can to focus on the work that I wanna do. I cannot even tell you guys how much stuff I have that I wanna work on, and I've been trying my level best to focus on it, but then I have this fucking Twitter mob sitting in the passenger seat, pulling the fucking steering wheel as I'm trying to drive down the road, and I'm constantly having to be like, "No, get your fucking hands off the steering wheel." It's constant. The amount of time that these people have cost me is constant. The energy is fucking constant. And so I have all these things that I want to be able to build in order to be able to help people to help themselves and, just make that content accessible. And I haven't even been able to do it because I've constantly been dealing with this bullshit. Dragon Water, I'm sorry I couldn't be of more help. Best wishes, loves, and hugs. Follow your heart. May you find the right path for you. I appreciate that, Dragon Water. So there's an well, I'll talk about that in a second, but rest assured that like I might stop privately helping people pro bono for a while, but one of the things I'm going to be working on is the project that I wanted to launch months ago that I haven't been able to because I've constantly been dealing with this bullshit. Sleepy Eyes Carter, it's good to see you, Sleepy Eyes. Take the time you need, sis. I saw your community post, and it sucks that it's come to this, but I'm glad you are still going to be active, just not online. I appreciate that, Sleepy Eyes. And everyone should go subscribe to Sleepy Eyes Carter because he does really good work. He's got a good channel. So those are the things, that I'm not going to be doing. I'm not gonna be on social media at all. I'm not gonna be doing regular streams, though I will still be streaming. I'm going to put a pause on the Unwoke Army just briefly. We're gonna cancel the locals community Zooms, and again, those are gonna be coming back, I anticipate. It's just a function of, like, I just need some space, and I need to be able to regroup, to be honest. There are things I'm gonna be working on though, and, how I've thought about this is I want to be able to continue working on things that I can do by myself, not being on the fucking internet. So, there are actually a lot of writing projects, some related to the woke stuff, some related to other things that, that I wanna be able to focus on. So I have like 3 or 4 different Substacks that I've wanted to be able to launch, and I have in various states of being able to launch about different topics that I just can't get to because, again, my energy and attention is constantly distracted by this bullshit. And so I really do wanna be able to focus on doing more writing, and hopefully more quiet time will allow me to do that. Dana says, "Sorry you're going through this. What is their main motivation for the pylons in your opinion? Jealousy or I think it's jealousy." And again, I've talked about this before. Um, Hang on, sorry, I got a text. I've talked about this before, but this has been going on for a really long time. It's been going on since October of 2020. And my suspicion is that they're fame whores that they're desperately trying to get me to shut up so that they feel like they can poach from my platform or whatever. So that's what I think it is, but who the fuck knows? I don't know. Emily says, "Take the time you need. Just know that we all love you." Thank you, Emily, and thank you for I've seen you. Emily is one of the people that tweeted at them. I know that, so thank you. Janice, always love yourself first. Take all the time you need. Know when to hold and know when to fold. I have enjoyed being on your show. Much love. Thank you, Janice. I appreciate that. So I'm going to be spending my time doing writing projects. I'm going to be spending my time building out the Actively Unwoke platform that I have like half built out. And I've got some really cool ideas for this platform. And I've wanted to build it out for a while, and then I've been constantly fucking distracted by this bullshit. So hopefully not being distracted by this bullshit and not feeling pressured to engage in this and defend myself constantly. Hopefully that will help me do that. I will be posting episodes of the Actively Unwoke podcast, it's a podcast that I do on it's on Apple, it's on Spotify, it's on Google. I also post it on my second channel, youtube.com/actively unwoke. They're just basically like 20-minute episodes of me talking about how to fight back against the woke and like fleshing out different ideas I have. So I'm gonna still be doing those episodes because I really enjoy doing them. It's just me talking into a microphone and then I post it on the internet. I don't have to go on social media to do it. So I will be doing that. So if you haven't, if that's the type of thing you're looking for, that content will still be there. It's just going to be delivered in a little bit of a different way. Savrit says, "This is heartbreaking, Car. I enjoyed being on show." Well, like I said, guys, we're going to still do streams. See, okay, let's do this question. Can't you just block them? Golly gee. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think of blocking them a year and a half ago when all this started? The answer is they have all been blocked. They are all blocked. It doesn't matter. Blocks are very easy to get around. They've all been blocked for ever. From the minute I know who they are. Not only are they blocked, but everyone who follows their little fucking troll harassment account is also blocked. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So the last thing that I'm going to be doing is I know this is a great look for this particular thing, by the way. So, I was actually, in real life, nominated and endorsed by the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire to be the candidate for governor in New Hampshire. And crying on the internet aside, I do actually need to be able to focus some more time on doing that. Because what started as something that was kind of just to give people another option on the ballot, because that's why I accepted the nomination. It was just to give people another option on the ballot. It's actually turned into a necessity of me needing to start doing real things for it. So I am going to be focusing more energy and attention on that. I'm not giving that up. I'm very serious about that, but that requires my time. Savrits, can true fans and friends still do locals thing? Yes. Locals still exists. Locals is still a place that if you guys want to connect with a more sane place on the internet, you can still do that. The only thing that's going to be changing about locals right this second is I'm just going to pause the community Zooms and pause the Unwoke Army just for a minute because I need to get my shit together, essentially. I need some time off. People don't understand this. I've literally not had any vacation since February of 2020 when my life got turned upside down. I haven't had a break. I haven't taken days off. I worked every day. And I'm thanked for that by getting harassed on the internet by trolls who are jealous little bitches that my platform is bigger than theirs. George Andrevalso Nunez says, with this kind of people, ignoring them is giving them permission to keep going to chat, stop saying stupid things. Yeah, I have no expectation that they're going to stop. Even if I'm not even on the platform, I have no expectation that they're going to stop. Joseph says, people tend to bully and silence people whom they're afraid of the most. That's why they want you quiet. You won't go along. I'm inspired by you and please don't stop. I stand with you. Well, I appreciate that, Joseph. And of course, thank you for the super chat. I just, I can't. I can't. I can't. King Peter of the chat. Thank you, Peter. Love and Health Carlin is burning Brandon over supporting these tools, something that is in bounds. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but yeah, Brandon Strzok does support the people who have been doing this to me, by the way. That's the reason that I left Walkaway. Mike Harlow is like Brandon Strzok's BFF. And he supports him. That's why I left. But Peter, thank you for the super chat. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate your support. George says, get them a cat each. They'll have 9 lives to worry about and forget about you. I mean, we'll see. Who are these people? These are people who claim to be Carrie Smith claims to be a former SJW. She's, you can form your own opinions about whether or not that's true. Mike Harlow is a alleged conservative or Republican. I don't know what he's grifting as these days, but he's in the walkaway community. And I should say, guys, it's not just the two of them. This is not just 2 people. If it was 2 people, I can manage that. What they've done is the 2 of them and many other people have created a little hate mob community all about me. Actually, let's see. Let me show you. Let me show you exactly and precisely what I'm talking about. I'll show you right now exactly what they've done. And you can go look at it yourself if you want. This is they call it a parody account. This is the harassment account that they use to go after me constantly. You'll see Mike Harlow is being retweeted right here. Mike Harlow just last night posted a giant thread on Twitter about how I am. Oh, let's just read it. We're not going to read the whole thread, but let me just make this a little bit bigger. Carlin is actually a very educational tool, pun only semi-intended. She provides us with a first-hand look at the process of a manipulator. She's a masterclass in how pathological liars, narcissists, and manipulators operate. That's Brandon Strauch's best friend that Brandon Strauch supports. He's been doing this shit to me for over a year. This is the stalker account. And by the way, this account has literally doxed my house. This account posted pictures of my house on Twitter that are not publicly available pictures. They did that a while ago. Once they doxed my house, I got the first account banned. That took months. But they came back and Twitter does nothing about it. So this is the stalker account posting my thread on Twitter this morning, basically saying I'm quitting. Let me show you what happens in this. Let me show you. This bitch harasses me all the time. If you see this woman on Twitter, with the one with the skull flag, stalks my replies every single day. I didn't get kicked out of Walkaway, by the way. I quit Walkaway. That's a lie. But they were trying to get me kicked out of Walkaway, but I ended up quitting when it became clear to me that Brandon Strauch was going to support this bullshit. But she goes around telling Carlin got kicked out of Walkaway because she's an awful, manipulative person and she lies about people all the time. And oh my God, there is Emily defending me. And people believe them. Emily's saying, this guy is also showing up in my replies all the time. Is she trans? Because all I hear is me, and more me. I have no idea who this person is. Absolutely no idea. This is a person making fun of the fact that I know how to fight back against the woke. This is a woman from the knitting community that was literally paying to stalk me and my locals until she made the mistake of changing her name on Twitter to her local screen name, and then I blocked her ass. This is, again, the woman that stalks my replies on Twitter saying, hey, Carlin, thank you for sending us all these new followers because now we can DM them and show them what a massive bitch you are. Because what they're going to do is they're going to take their evidence that they've doctored and created and taken out of context, and they're going to DM all my supporters on Twitter that they can to say, isn't Carlin the most hateful person? Did you know Carlin did this? Did you know Carlin did that? They're all lies, by the way, but doesn't stop them from doing it anyway. Nuru2 says they'll never stop obsessing over you. You live in their heads rent-free. Mental health is important. That's exactly it. They're never going to stop. It's never going to stop. Got a few supporters here. People pointing out, like, you're ritually harassing this person. Oh, you're talking about Dr. Whackjob. Oh, isn't that nice? And if it was, again, guys, if it was restricted to this little community, that would be one thing. But this has gone into the inboxes of influencers who have then turned against me. It's gone into the inboxes of a lot of people in the anti-woke space who have been lied to about me. And it's all supported by these people. It's caused a lot of problems. These are the people that have tried to reach out to my husband to convince him that he needs to divorce me. Let's keep going. Oh, yep, this person. Crispy just tapped out. Crispy is one of the names they like to call me. It's in reference to bacon. Mike Harlow likes to call me Ham Beast. They call me Ham Beast all the fucking time. That's her oh my God, savior complex, Carlin. She knows nothing of anything. That's her unique skill set. Boo-hoo on YouTube any moment right now. Yep. Because their only goal is to get me to shut up. Hyperbole is another tool of the woke. Oh, the drama, the pain. And it keeps going and going and going and going and going and going. And it's like this all day, every day, with everything I say, with everything I do, whether I do anything or not. Like I said, I was gone all last week for the Libertarian National Convention. I wasn't even really looking at Twitter. Was still doing it then. Martin, 2 Minutes of Hate, 1984 became 2 years. Count yourselves enemies of the Communist Party. Yeah, I've been in the midst of this for almost 2 years. So, there's an LNC meeting I wanna watch. It started 20 minutes ago. So I'm gonna wrap this up because I do want to still, like, can I just tell you guys, the one thing that has kept me going, and this is the God's honest truth, is the libertarians. I fucking love the libertarians. I love being involved with the libertarians. Being in Reno last week was, fucking awesome. And, there's bullshit in the libertarian community, and there are people that do this crap to me in the libertarian community, God knows. But there are so many good people and so many good things going on that a lot more bearable, if that makes any sense. And to be involved in that, I'm not changing anything about that, not a damn thing. In fact, I'll probably end up putting more time into that. Um, but I just wanna thank you guys for understanding, and I wanna thank everyone that has supported me for the last couple of years, and just know that I wanna use this time kind of, like, a little bit more relaxed to, I have a lot of ideas of different programs and things I wanna launch and things I might wanna crowdfund. Um, I'm not quitting YouTube. I'm not quitting. There's a lot of things I wanna talk about and things I wanna share. So I'm not going away on YouTube. I'm just taking a step back and I'm taking a break. But I want to, I wanna I wanna crowdfund a platform of Unwoke, like, HR, like, workplace training programs. I have a lot of I have so many workplace training programs that are completely not woke, that are really fucking good programs, that I basically just need to, like, update and get into a delivery platform, and, I think I wanna crowdfund that, and so that's one of the things I wanna be working on. I may crowdfund, there's a writing project I might crowdfund. So there's other things I wanna do, and I want you guys to hear that. Like, I'm not leaving this space entirely. I'm basically just leaving social media. And it's just gotta be the way it is, and I'm taking a step back to think and to try to get my stuff together. George says, "Be true to yourself and you'll get to the other side of it. Stay brave and strong and know we support you." I appreciate that. Let me see. I think I saw some other super chats come in. I just wanna make sure I thanked everyone. Oh, I guess not. That's okay. Rachel says, "Would you object to your supporters organizing an ambush in New Hampshire so we can all give you a hug and show you some love?" Hey, man, if you wanna come to PorkFest, I will be at PorkFest. I will be at PorkFest all week. And so, if anyone wants to come to PorkFest and hang out and, whatever, that would be great. I'm really looking forward to PorkFest. I think PorkFest is gonna be a nice break. I hope those of you who have valued my work won't, will kinda stick by me for a minute. I just and I know a lot of you understand this. This is I'm basically reached peak burnout is what's happening. And I know enough about, one of the first rules you learn when you coach people is that you have to take care of yourself first, otherwise you aren't gonna be able to serve other people. And I need to be able to take care of myself. And I know that this is never gonna stop. I know they're never going to stop. I know they're gonna clip up this video and they're gonna post it all over Twitter, and they're gonna say, "Look, Carlin's really losing it now." But I also don't think there's any shame in showing that, that after 2 years of bullying and harassment, I broke, because that would happen to anyone. And so I hope people that have been there and have valued and appreciated my work understand that I just need to take some time. And I will try to get things back to normal as quickly as I possibly can. Because I don't want to give up on this entirely. But I need to figure out a way to do this in which I'm not going to drive myself to a nervous breakdown. Because I really feel like that's what's coming. And maybe, I don't know. Maybe if I just stop posting on Twitter, they'll lose their fucking steam at some point. I don't know. I don't think that that's true, but who knows? Weirder things have happened. Dragon Water, I value you as a person in your heart. Thank you, Dragon Water. I appreciate that. And the last thing I'll say is this, it's like if you have people and creators that you value and you see them getting the shit kicked out of them every single day, say something about it. Nathaniel, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Because I think I would have been able to manage this a lot better if I felt like I had people in my corner. But from my perspective, and I know I don't wanna make it seem like I don't have any support. So many people, especially in my locals community, who have known that this was going on for a while, they've been incredibly supportive in locals, and I don't wanna diminish that, and I don't wanna overlook it. But I asked for help this morning, and people wouldn't even send a tweet. And it's like they're like, "Oh, I don't wanna get involved, I just don't like conflict." Well, I haven't had a choice. I haven't wanted this. I haven't had a choice. And so, for all the people who, if you value someone's work, don't watch them get the shit kicked out of them every single day, and just sit back and say, "Oh, it's not my problem, I don't wanna get involved." And one of the things that I've thought about is that maybe I just massively failed in teaching people how to speak up. Because if I allegedly have all these people that value my work and they won't even send a tweet saying, "Hey, can you stop harassing her?" Then maybe I've just failed. Maybe I'm just failing. That's been what I've been thinking about for a good bit of the day. Nathaniel, we love you. Please don't go long. I never hardly send super chats. And Nathaniel, I really appreciate you sending a super chat to me. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for listening. I was supposed to actually have a stream tomorrow. I think I'm gonna have to reschedule it because it's just like all fucked up. But I will be doing streams and I will let you guys know when I'm doing streams. I will be posting announcements about it on the community. I will post in my locals when I'm doing streams. Yeah, Alex, you've done a lot. You've done more than most. Um So I will let you guys know when I'm gonna be streaming, and I apologize that it's not gonna be our nice, clean schedule at 5 p.m. for a little bit. I just really wanna just decompress. Um, and I know you guys understand because I'm seeing the chat. So, for those who have been supportive, thank you. I really do appreciate it, and I'm gonna do my level best to mitigate all this bullshit, and hopefully I will be back very soon. And I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. That's not what this is. I just want to acknowledge that, I'm a fucking human being. And the bullies won. This round they won. They broke me. And hopefully I will be able to get over it. Deb McL says, I wish I could give you the gift of indifference. Well, the gift of indifference doesn't work when people are actively sabotaging every bit of work you put everything into. So, I'm gonna head. Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. Take care, and we'll see you soon.